First question goes to Klaus from Juked GG. To feel to keep up a fantastic land streak with KRU. Many teams haven't been able to be as consistent as yours.
Creo que se siente muy bien llegar a este punto de la última LAN, lo que fue el Champions, y ahora a darlo mejor y intentar sacar un mejor puesto, llegar por lo menos apuntamos a semifinales o final o mismo campeones.
I believe that it feels really good to be to this point in LAN events, especially in last Champions. We are right now aiming at getting the same or even higher, even semifinals, or maybe even taking on the championship.
Thank you. Next question goes to ScreaM from Valorant Info. ScreaM, which team do you see as the tournament favorite?
I think like OpTic and Fnatic probably. Like at Champions, OpTic was one of the, in my opinion, the best team there. So they had like unfortunate conditions, but I think they can do a lot of damage here. And same for Fnatic. I think they're one of the best like strategic team because they have Boaster. No, honestly, like I think they play really well together, and like I think these two teams are very dangerous this event.
Your H2O from Juked for Ye. What was your first reaction when you learned that Envy Val was rebranding to OpTic?
I would say it's a pretty exciting moment. For me personally, at least, because like OpTic, at least from the Call of Duty scene, was what brought me into esports. And over kind of like the past few years, they've been struggling a little bit in terms of like, you know, the infinite accusation and just in general, like the whole brand. So I was really excited that I could come in and also help kind of like rebuild it to what it once was and hopefully inspire, you know, someone else like the original OpTic guys inspired me. So.
Thank you. Next question goes to Boaster from the Spike GG. Will Durka be playing the first match on Monday? If yes, will Hyber be staying with you for the whole tournament?
First of all, thank you for the question. Yeah, we're looking to hopefully bring in Durka for the first game. So we're going to be coming out guns blazing. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty chilly in here. My balls have shrunk. You know what I mean?
Thank you for that. Next question goes to Klaus from FD News. Being the only team that is qualified for every international tournament, does it put more pressure on the team?
No.
Okay, thank you. Next question goes to ScreaM from Run It Back. Do you feel Team Liquid has more to prove at this tournament than anyone else, having qualified simply because FPX could not attend?
Yeah, in a sense, yes, I would say so. Like we still gonna give everything. Like I think we haven't showed like our full potential, and yeah, definitely like we're here to win.
Next question goes to Boaster from The Clutch. How do you see this debut versus Ninjas in Pajamas match, and what do you think of the Brazilian team?
First of all, thank you for the question. Yeah, I think we've never actually played against a Brazilian team. We have played them in scrims of like at previous events, so I'm looking forward to it. I have not many expectations for the NIP game. I'm just kind of gonna go watch their VODs, just kind of prepare as I always do for any other team, really. And I'm obviously there's going to be respect and not going to underestimate them. And hopefully we get the win, and then we get the next win. And the next one, and we would lift the trophy. Woo!
Okay, next question goes to Ye from Dexerto. With EMEA teams affected by external circumstances, is NA entering this event as the strongest region?
Honestly, it's hard to say because obviously G2 and even like Liquid have always looked traditionally really strong. And even when you watch the EMEA games, they it's hard to say like if there's like a team that really stands above the rest. They all play each other fairly often and pretty equally, and the games can really go like either way. So it's hard to say if they're like a stronger region right now, but definitely I would say like some of the teams here are affected by outside circumstances, but sometimes that's how it is, and we'll do our best regardless. So.
Thank you. Next question goes to Klaus from the Spike GG. Your team shocked the world at the Champions event, making a statement to never underestimate a team that has made it so far despite the region it originates from. Going into the Masters event, how confident do you feel about being able to repeat history again?
Creo que estamos bastante confiados después de lo que demostramos en el Champions. Creo que fue un gran paso para nosotros, tanto como individualmente, como equipo, pudimos madurar como jugadores, como mismo equipo, conseguimos más experiencia y clasificar a todos los torneos LANes que clasificamos hasta el día de hoy, creo que fue muy importante para llegar a lo que fue el Champions y muy importante para lo que se viene en este torneo.
I believe that we are really confident after proving ourselves in Champions. It was a great step as individuals and also as a team. We have really grown up together. We have gained a lot of experience, and qualifying to all of the LAN events so far has been really important for us and for our previous Champions experience, and right now for this tournament.
Thank you. Next question is back. Regarding the forced roster changes heading into the event, how well has Fearoff meshed with the team, and how has preparation changed now that Durka is back in action?
First of all, thank you for the question. Yeah, I think Fearoff being a kind of ex-IGL, he's super smart. He's blended in quite well with the team, to be fair. He's coming up with ideas. Sometimes he actually shows better leadership than I do, and I'm like, what the hell? This guy's stealing my thunder. But no, I think yeah, we've just kind of been going over the basics, really making sure the comms are up, you know, like the trading, the peeking together, and that's kind of all we can do. And then throw in some nice util, and we'll be coming to your bomb site, spike site. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Next question is for Klaus from Run It Back. KRU Esports has made every single international VCT event thus far. What will it take for the team to finally win one?
Can you repeat the last part?
Yes. KRU Esports has made every single international VCT event thus far. What will it take for the team to finally win one?
Creo que este es un gran momento para conseguir el campeonato entero, porque ya venimos de la experiencia del Champion, venimos con muchas cosas nuevas, venimos confiados de que no somos el mismo equipo de los anteriores eventos, mismo del Champions, entonces creo que es una muy buena oportunidad ahora mismo en este Master de Islandia.
I believe that right now is our best moment to gain the championship after our experience in Champions and obviously everything gained in previous tournaments. We are really confident that we are not the same team as before, and we are stronger now, and right now is our best opportunity to win it all.
Thank you. Next question goes to ScreaM from Valorant News. What has been the most favorite moment or thing so far after your brother Nivera joined Liquid alongside you?
The best moment?
Yeah, best moment. Favorite moment.
Favorite moment. Probably when we qualified for Champions, because it was last chance qualifier and it was very tough, like very big teams in EMEA to beat, and we did it so with no practice, so it was really amazing feeling.
Thank you. Next question is for Boaster from Captain Beans on the Juked app. Since there wasn't much time between the roster changes and Masters, was it hard for you or the new players to get used to working around a new team/system?
First of all, thank you for the question. Was it hard? Yeah, I'd say so. It was pretty hard. We haven't had a lot of days. I think only 8 or 9 days to really get Fearoff on board. But he's a super smart player, and honestly, it's actually helped myself and Coach Minnie kind of bring back the basics and really like re-roll to kind of improve in that way. You know, like we used to be all about like the flashy executes utility flying in, but we often kind of lacked in these kind of mid-round and kind of playing together almost. It was almost like we're a little bit of robots running around the map, like, let's do this because Boaster says so. So having Fearoff back really helped us to kind of get back on that, like to work on that side of the thing. So yeah, I think I'm not gonna lie, we're looking pretty spicy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know about you guys, but we're not too bad right now. We're not too bad. I had good scrims today. Good scrims for once, you know. We're losing a week, you know. No, I'm joking.
Going into this tournament, statistically, you are the best chamber player in terms of ACS, ADR. But on the other hand, the EMEA teams don't use chamber all that much. So, what do you think of that, and how will these clash of these metas turn out to be?
It's hard to say because again, we haven't played him in a match yet. But I feel with Chamber, I feel like he's a little bit underrated by other regions, at least right now. And maybe also another reason we use Chamber is because like it fits our team pretty well in terms of like our player strengths. So I think going into this tournament, you might see a lot of value coming out of Chamber, and maybe he'll get picked more. You never know. So.
Thank you. Next question is from Blake at Esports GG.
Thanks for taking our questions, guys. This is for anyone who's willing to answer. With the new format and teams getting a direct pass to playoffs, do you guys like this change? And I know, you guys specifically weren't informed of it before you played in the grand finals. Does that affect you guys? Or how did that affect you guys in that moment and moving forward?
I'd say I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of like people being seeded directly in the playoffs. I kind of almost favored them getting like a higher seeding inside groups and still playing through the whole group format. But in terms of how it affected us when in the grand finals, I feel like for our players and even myself, is sometimes if you get like a massive benefit like going in, like you play like a lot harder. Not to say we didn't play like our hardest, but it's kind of like it's like a psychology thing almost, where it's like, oh, you're playing for something like a lot more, so it requires more out of you almost. So if we had known beforehand, I feel like maybe we could have kicked it up extra gear. So never know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from Mike C at Upcomer.
Hi, this is definitely towards Ye. Obviously, in terms of NA, the 3 teams that made it to champions last year, you were the only team to come back, at least to the next international tournament. Do you feel, what do you think, what do you feel are like honest expectations for your team in this tournament?
Honest expectations. I guess the expectation is the try and win, but ultimately, like sometimes it doesn't turn out that way, right? So coming into this, our hope is like after we got to the grand finals at the first Berlin, we had some unfortunate circumstances in the second, but ideally is like we finally bring home an international trophy. We really want to do that, and also show like NA is still a strong region as well, because last few times it's been kind of like a downhill hill, and we want to turn that around, and we've been working really hard towards that. So we're hoping to show that and also make all our fans back home proud. So
this more generic question to all 4 of you: do you personally like where the game is going, where the game is headed right now, as we're talking balance changes, game plan changes, and such? Do you personally like them, or the approach the Riot is doing?
Yeah, definitely. Like that's my answer, at least. Like for us, especially for Astra, I think Astra was like one of the hardest agents to play against, even though they nerfed it a little bit before, but now it's really hard to play it, even though some teams still play it. But overall, I'm really happy with the way Riot is handling and asking the feedbacks from players and stuff. So yeah.
Thank you. Next question is from Lisandro from Radio Nacional.
Good afternoon. My question is for Klaus, and I want to say that KRU Esports finished top 4 in Champions and is still the only one in LATAM. What do you think of your rematch against Liquid and all of the group that has KRU?
Creo que va a ser un match muy importante contra Liquid porque no fue nuestras mejores versiones las que mostramos contra Liquid. totalmente no, las veces que jugamos contra Liquid no éramos nosotros, por así decirlo. Entonces creo que esta vez va a ser diferente.
Thank you.
I believe that it's a really important match for us because we haven't really played our best version neither at Champions or at previous tournaments against them. And we really weren't ourselves. But I believe that this time it'll all be different.
Thank you. Next question from George at Esports.
Hello, you beautiful men. I have a question for Boaster. Now that Vanity isn't here, because obviously, you know, Cloud9 didn't make it because they suck, who are you most looking forward to hanging out with at the event?
First of all, thank you for the question. However, Cloud9 do not suck, my man. They are a good team, and it was just unfortunate in the way they kind of lost. But who am I most looking forward to meet? I don't know. Zeta, because Laz, I wanted to meet him, but I met him today in the reception, so that was kind of cool. Who else? I mean, the Guard, you know, they've had rumors in NA and, you know, like everyone's hyping them. And then they ended up qualifying as well with all that hype. So it'd be nice to meet them in the lobby. Valen's been tweeting at me, like saying, like, get on the rank grinds, but I haven't been able to with him. So maybe meeting them like in the reception. Or do you mean like in real life or do you mean in the game? I don't know. Like if it was in real life, anyway,
because
like
obviously
everyone.
Vanity's very beautiful. So, you know, is there anyone else?
Oh, I see. Oh, no. There's no cheating going on here, mate. I'm a loyal boyfriend here. But yeah.
That's a shame.
Thank you. Next question is from Miguel at Código Esports.
Hi. This question is specifically for Klaus. The last VCT, you were like the surprise team. How is your mentality compared to that last VCT now that you prove yourself to be such an amazing team and great results?
Estamos más confiados en ese sentido, que creo yo que pudimos dar ese paso que no pudimos haber dado en los otros torneos y lo pudimos dar en el Champions de pasar al playoff y ganarle a un Tier 1, después llegar a la semifinal, estar muy cerca de la final. Creo que eso nos dio mucha confianza para el día de hoy y ganar este torneo.
Thank you.
We are pretty confident in ourselves. I believe that making that leap that we did on Champions, that we haven't made it before, of passing through the playoffs and beating a Tier 1 team and almost getting to the finals. We are really confident in this tournament and we want to win it all.
Thank you. Next question is from Ben at Jute.
Everybody, thanks for the chance to ask a question here. On behalf of Overflow from the Juke community, this is to Boaster and anyone who wants to jump in. What do you think the biggest differences or clashes between metas from different regions is?
First of all, thank you for the question. The biggest, I think it's similar to what Ye said earlier with the chamber. For instance, EMEA haven't really been running chamber as much. Whereas obviously NA, as soon as it came out, they really hopped on that kind of bandwagon. And it could be the same with, NA we got to see first when the patch update, what kind of comp shift they made straight away. And then we were able to kind of analyze and see kind of, oh yeah, we kind of see that. Oh, we don't see that. And then we made our own decisions off of that, I guess. When it came to like APAC regions and, you know, like Korea and whatnot, I think their comps are slowly being kind of, we've all been kind of merging towards the same gist of the comps. So we're all getting there. We're all learning from each other. There are some through like, there are a few curveballs out there, you know, Liquid coming up with some snazzy comps occasionally, aren't you, boys?
Yeah, you guys are not ready, man. Trust me.
Ooh.
Any NA perspective there?
Yeah, sure. Honestly, I think Neon and Yoru are actually pretty strong agents right now, but the only thing with them is kind of like a similar situation when Viper was kind of released. It takes a while and a lot of work in order to actually to essentially get to a point in which it fits well with the team, and then also figure it out. Because I don't know, when a lot of people don't run like some of these agents, it's like you don't get to see like a lot of different perspectives on what's best and like how it works. So I think in the future you're going to see a lot more of Neon and Yoru, and I think it'll start to shift more towards there.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. We'll take one final question from Average Jonas.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jonas. I like to shoot arrows into the sky and hope it hits. I have a question for ScreaM. Do you think that the lack of form that the team has shown in the past makes it an advantage for you to be a lower seed so you get more matches before possibly going into the playoffs?
Yeah, that's a very nice question, man. Thank you for the question, brother. I do think you're right. I think playing more games on stage compared to the people who are in playoffs already makes a big advantage, I think, in my opinion. So yeah, we will take advantage of this situation definitely, and like we already experienced the stage in Iceland, in Berlin. So like even though we were in a slump recently, I think honestly, like, yeah, it's been a really bad time for us, and like, yeah, I can't wait to show people, you know, actually what we are capable of. And if it's not at this event, it's gonna be at the next one. And like, yeah, we are very hungry, and I think we have everything that takes. And like, yeah, people might be surprised with like our comps and the way we play and the momentum. Like, we are very momentum based, so it's gonna be interesting, especially against KRU. I really hope so. I hope so. They, you know, they have a kind of a mental break against us, mental block. And I hope they remove this so we can actually have a good game against us.
Thank you. Good luck to everybody.
Klaus? I have not out.
All right. Thank you very much. This concludes the first press conference. Thank you to all the pros who joined us.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for later as well. And we will be back with our next press conference shortly.